Clio SoF returns to Japan, and with that, welcome from the Tsukuba circuit. What do we have in store for you this week? How about a SoF driver record? Let's start with that. 95 drivers have arrived to drive the SoF. 5 splits as usual, but 95 is a new SoF record, ladies and gentlemen. And I love to hear that, so close to the 100. But now let's focus on the track itself for a moment. Tsukuba circuit. We drive the 2000 full layout, the most known layout, I would say personally. Small track, 2045 meters. We expect 15 laps across all splits. And the last time we've been here was season 3 of 2025 with a podium of Dylan da Costa, Miguel Freitas and Muhammad El Hariri being the top 3. And if we take a look where we place the arrows, no big shock. The 3 hairpins, turn 1, turn 4 and turn 8. Hairpin heavy track. We will see how it will affect the racing. One thing is for sure, overtaking here is difficult on this small track, but not impossible. And now, to give us a bit more of a feeling of this small track, we will take it over to our demonstration driver, and he will guide us around Tsukuba. Our demonstration driver on a track that the top drivers will have a 62-second lap. Turn 1, number 1 of the hairpins, 3rd gear. Some people will drive it in 2nd gear. Then you accelerate down through this left-right into another hairpin to the inside, 2nd gear to the outside, then this kink. Some people just lift, some people brake a teeny tiny bit, and then down to another hairpin, wouldn't you know, another 2nd gear affair. Our demo driver, interesting, he short shifted to the 3rd for a teeny tiny moment, if you have noticed that. And then the final corner, this long right-hander. Easy to make a mistake there. 5th gear down into 4th to the inside, and then at the exit take as much of the AstroTurf as you can. This is Tsukuba, and now let's see how qualifying went. Let's take a look at the starting grid, and then I will be back for the start of the race. A stacked field as usual, 4,433 SoF, strong as ever here at Tsukuba. Our 19 drivers, lights are red, lights are green, and we are racing. Ladies and gentlemen, Freitas on pole instantly goes to defend. Turn 1 for the first time, Bruno Gaiotto at the inside, and a little contact with John Cook. Oh, it continues, Gaiotto and Cook. Oh no! Also Clement Godet involved, car number 16, Emeric Decan. Woo! A lot has happened here. So, John Cook lost many positions after a great qualifying. Emeric Decan lost a few positions. Bruno Gaiotto lost a lot with John Cook, who is now in the pits. And also Clement Godet with the damage. Not the start all of them wanted. But this is now the reality here at the Tsukuba circuit. Freitasch leading, Gilberto Stroke in P2, Roman Perschke P3. Then Raul Hernando and Josip Barilla. Will Lyon and SoF classic from the past, welcome back. Always a pleasure to see drivers that have carried the SoF in the past when it was a bit of a smaller thing. Always nice to see those names returning from time to time. But yeah, Bruno Gaiotto, little contact there with Neil Rocks. His car doesn't look so great anymore. Probably will be a problem with straight line speed at the back straight. Neil Rocks tries. Oh, this was a bit ambitious. That was a bit ambitious. Bruno probably not happy with that move, but nothing he can do against it. The top four are the same. Stefan Kresin behind Isaac Mitchell, 15-16, as they track and follow Neil Rocks. James Lazark Smith only in P9, but gained 3 positions, but also shows you how stacked this field is. Behind him, John Duncan, the final car in the top 10. In front of them, Philip Beckevold. And then Anfield, Lyon, and Barilla. But yeah, I talked about it in the opening section. Overtaking difficult, if not, but not impossible. So, as Isaac Mitchell tries to get it done on the inside of turn 8. Raul Hernando close to Roman Perschke. But Neil Rocks gets P14 back due to the better momentum out of turn 8. But Isaac wants it back. Kresin. Oh, contact there with Isaac Mitchell. Ay. And it continues, and Bruno Gaiotto takes the rest of it. Oh. A race to forget for Bruno Gaiotto. But he continues, but he is now that last. Not the outing he wanted. Lazark Smith really close to Beckevold. Looks, but probably not in a position. No. The top 5 are starting to separate from the rest. We see a 1.3 second gap forming. Will Lyon P6 leading the second train of cars, which goes from P6 all the way to, let's take Le Mans, almost to it, so to P7. Yeah, Tsukuba is one of those tracks where you have to make the other one do a mistake in order to overtake. Put pressure on them, be there, be annoying in their mind, and let them make a mistake. That is the number one way to get things done here in Tsukuba. Gilberto, P2, would be a great result. He's known as a sort of a Tsukuba specialist, and he shows it. P2 would be a good result. Lazark Smith and his usual flashing of the lights tactics. But still behind Philip Beckevold. train racing here in Tsukuba. Raul Hernando, like the top 4, have not changed at all. Josip Barilla is trying to keep up with them. P5 would be a great result though. But you never know. Patience in a 15-minute race. Sometimes those two words do not work together. Someone gets impatient, tries something optimistic, and maybe, just maybe, one can capitalize behind. Miguel slowly gets away, 1.1 seconds. Gilberto is the leader of this train. The other two seem to can go a tiny bit faster, but Gilberto does what he needs to do for the moment. And that is keeping P2. But see what I mean? Roman showed himself. Gilberto had to react a little bit to it. And maybe this can cause a mistake down the road. Again, goes to the inside, Gilberto blocks. Now we want to see Raul Hernando. Maybe gets a chance to get into P3. No. Not right now. Gilberto under pressure. We are on lap 8 out of 15. 18 of our 19 drivers still racing. Jungkook being the only one that has retired from the race. Somewhat understandable after the start he had. After an amazing qualifying, this hurts. Understandably. Pershke. Kevin Anfield against Will Lyon maybe. For P6 goes to the inside. Darts in it. And gets it done for the moment. Or can he? Because now Lyon is on the inside for turn 4. We see Isaac Mitchell and Neil Rocks. Similar story. Anfield is through Will Lyon. Now we see the confirmation. But it was a quite bit of work to do so. John Duncan tries against James Lazark Smith. Doesn't succeed, but it is so tight. Just look at this, how tight the field is. Which makes it extra difficult, of course. Because not only do you need to watch the cars in front of you that you want to overtake, but there's also 2 to 3 cars behind you that want to do the same with you. Beckevold struggling a bit. Will Lyon. But he gets... Sorry, I'm a fool. He's not struggling, he's overtaking. Or at least trying to do so against Will Lyon. Excuse me, Philip, for the slip up there, but they are still fighting for that P7. Good racing between them. As Gilberto is still defending. Look at this. Look at this. John Duncan thinks about maybe not enough momentum. Lazark Smith goes for it. Not successful. Does he need to watch out for John Duncan? Yes or no? He shows himself at least, but no. Not for now. Gilberto still under pressure. But Even though I say he's under pressure, and he seems to be a bit slower than the cars behind him. Look at the gap to Miguel. It's not growing. It stays the same. So the pace Gilberto is driving, even though I say he is under pressure, is phenomenal. But he needs to keep it up for 4 more minutes. Then the second train. Philip Beckevold, who tried to overtake Will Lyon not too long ago, now is over a second behind him and is now under attack. You see James takes it a bit more to the inside, turn 9 that is. Gilberto. This is some work for him. Roman looking, trying to the outside, side by side. If he can stay with him, no he can't. He has to slot in. I want to say if he can stay next to him, side by side to the inside for the next corner. But now Raul Hernando. This is what I mean. If you try to overtake, you can open yourself up into losing a position, and this might happen to Roman Perschke right now, even though he has the better momentum out of turn 8. This gives Gilberto a bit of relief. Now into turn 9, side by side, Hernando and Perschke. For the moment, Raul is in P3, but will this change? Not for now. Raul Hernando got it done. Nicely done on lap 12 that was. So Perschke lost the position in a good battle. Really good battle. But this is what I mean. You have to watch out for the car behind you. Zane Cueca and Andy Oakley, we have not talked about them yet, P11 and P12. They are fighting as well behind that second train a little bit. Both gained a few positions due to what happened at the start of the race. Hernando on the podium. For the moment. Less than 1.5 minutes. 2 laps to go. It's 15 laps. Oakley and Cueca. There we have it. Try to fight. But yeah, Miguel 2 seconds in the lead. Gilberto Struck, Raul Hernando, Roman Perschke and Josip Barilla, that leading train. Oakley and Cueca. Good stuff there. Oakley tries to go to the inside, but Cueca closes the door. So Oakley has to go to the outside, little contact there. Final lap of the race is upon us. Right behind them, Clément Godet, who was involved in that race opening incident. Oakley, Cueca, P11. Who will get it at the end? For the time being, it is Andy Oakley, but doesn't mean anything. Turn 8 for the last time for our drivers. Ooh, Clément, a little bit ambitious, a little bit of contact. Nothing major happening though. The top 5 seems settled. Freitasch wins. 2.2 seconds in front of Gilberto, who was able to withstand the massive pressure. Raul Hernando, Roman Perschke, Josip Barilla. Then Kevin Anfield, Will Lyon, Philip Bakevold, James Lazark-Smith and John Duncan the top 10. Isaac Mitchell and his damaged Formulama car, Neil Rocks, Stefan Kresin, Emeric De Khan and Bruno Gaiotto also finishing his race. These are the results, and what do they mean in terms for the overall standings? We're gonna find out right now. After this race, round 6, the top 3 in our championship are the same. Freitasch is leading, big gap, but too early to call. You know the drill by now, drop rounds and all that. But 3 wins in 6 races is a good baseline to repeat the championship. Then behind the top 3, James Lazark-Smith and John Duncan in the top 5. Zane Quecker losing 2 positions this week, but it is so tight together, so we can expect many positional changes as the weeks go on. Now a little bit more, the top 20, Gilberto, well, no, I also said top 20. This is the top 20. Gilberto, second race of the season, plus 38 positions with that P2. Amazing performance. Also Kevin Anfield gaining 8 positions, getting this horrible season opening a bit under control, so to speak. Even though in terms of Kevin Anfield standards, 3 of the first 6 races are already considered drop rounds for him. And if we take a look at the split 1 standings, let's take a look there. Similar picture, of course, as always. It is the most similar to the overall standings at the top, but also here Freitasch, Pershka, Hernando, Lazark-Smith and John Duncan gets into the top 5 thanks to his consistency. 7, 11, 12, 9, 9, 10 is the definition of consistency, if you ask me, and thus he is in the top 5. Freitasch leading, and if we take a look, we had 49 people in a top split race this season, so close to the 50. Maybe we can get it next week already. But yes, this was split 1 out of 5, plus the Clio SoF of America race, so many more broadcasts to come. Let's watch a few highlights, and then tomorrow it is split 2 time. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.